Hi, welcome back to another edition of Voyager Media Sports Inc. Well, Scott, today we're going to take our show that we've been doing here, we'll expand it out a little bit, and we're going to talk about something that everybody out there is looking forward to, football season. With the IHSA football season starting, we're underway. We have a lot of exciting teams, players in this area, and we're going to debate some of the best here. So first off, let's talk about the team. Who's your team that you think is going to rise to the end of the season here?
I think Maine South's going to be the team, 3 straight national championships, state championships. Makes them obviously the cream of the crop right there, and being an 8A, that is pretty much cream of the crop too, even though 7A has been pretty powerful. But, JCA and Maine South both are championship caliber teams. I would take 7A over 5A, and I think that they have a good chance of 8A over 5A, and I think they have a good chance of making it 4 straight championships, especially with Matt Alvidi back at quarterback, Paul Preston running back, Jimmy Fregos at wide receiver, and I think they're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, I agree, and I definitely like Coach David Sarah and respect what he does. I just think winning 4 state titles is a really tough thing. They're really hard.
Swing 3.
Yeah, and winning 4 is harder. And if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be this group. But I really think that that they're gonna come up and fall short, and the odds are gonna get them this year. And I think the same thing with the odds. Joliet Catholic, who has 13 titles under their belt as a program, I think they're due. They've had some bad luck the last couple of years. They have a tough schedule this year. That's gonna have them battle tested. Might not be undefeated going into the playoffs, but they're gonna be battle tested. And then we had that running back core of Maitland Jones and Ty Isaac. I just don't see them being beat that much this year.
What about your surprise team of this year? A lot of surprise teams this year that might have successful years.
I think that there's a lot of them in our area, actually. The one that I'm going to take that I think is going to stand out at the end, though, is going to be Romeoville. I think the Spartans, under Coach Jeff Kuna, in his 3rd year this year, I really think that they're going to rise up and make the playoffs this year. I think the SPC is there. There's some winnable games in it this year. Minooka, Oswego might be up towards the top, but Plainfield South, Plainfield North, there's some question marks there. And I think with Press Ford, running the ball and playing defense, I think they're going to be a really tough team to beat. And I think they're going to get those 5 wins and get their first playoff berth under Coach Kuna.
I'm going to stay with the same conference. I'm going to go with Plainfield Central. It's been a couple of struggling years for them the last 2 years. But they have Tim Blake back at quarterback. He's a very solid quarterback, best one that they had since Schultz. And I think he can. He's got the confidence to lead the team to his 5 wins this year.
A lot of confidence, that guy.
He does. I think he can definitely win 5 games this year, 6, maybe 6. But I don't think many people think they're going to make the playoffs this year. They're kind of a sleeping giant. They get a lot of guys. Finally, the breakup's starting to come back after losing all those guys to East and whatnot. Once East got built, so I think they're on the verge of coming back. And I think this year they might get back to the playoffs and build up for in a couple years when they're really good again.
Well, like I said, a lot of surprise teams, a lot of surprise players too. Is there any certain player that you think this year's going to really jump out and shock our readership area?
I think you have to watch out for Kurt Palandek. Nobody knows about him really as far as football goes. He's been a starter the last couple of years in basketball, or last year in basketball and baseball. But football, he was on the sophomore level last year. This year he's taken over junior quarterback, and last year Plainfield North was all about Capri Bibbs. This year they're going to have balanced attack, and that balanced attack, while they lose a lot of players, could be just almost as prolific offensively if Kurt Palandek has a big year, and I think he might have a pretty good year throwing the football.
Yeah, I'm going to take a step out, look at Bennett's, Nick Mankowski. Here's a kid who was their quarterback last year as a junior. They get a transfer from Equa Valley that this year to play quarterback, and they lose their starting running back, starting receiver, and Bennett coaches say, hey, you're an athlete, let's play it all. He's going to see time at quarterback. He's going to see a lot of time at running back. He's going to see time at receiver. Kind of do a little stuff that Sheldon McGee did last year for Plainfield South, and be all over the field and use his athleticism. And I really think that in his first year out from under center, he's going to put up some big numbers for Bennett.
Speaking of surprise, and you get to the next level up, breakthrough player, a guy that a lot of people know about, but who can take the game to the next level this year. Who do you like for that?
I think Aaron Bailey of Bolingbrook is due just for a huge year. It's his junior year. It's a year that all the scouts are starting to really knock on his door. His freshman year, he was on varsity as a backup quarterback. Ended up being a starting wide receiver because of injury. Showed just how talented he is as a football player. Last year came in a few weeks into the season, was hurt. Didn't play much. And even when he was playing, didn't quite have the weapons around him for him to throw the ball to and everything. He's always shown what he can do on the ground. This year, huge weapons back there for the Raiders, both in the backfield and split out the wide receivers. I think Aaron Bailey's just going to put on a show this year for local viewers.
I'm going to go with Perez Ford. You mentioned him earlier. Guy, the kid's a beast, and I just don't see how the combination of speed and power. I don't see how anybody, especially in the SPC, which is predominantly a smaller built conference, I don't see how anybody can compete with him. He really reminds me of the style of a Capri Bibbs last year, even bigger, but just as fast, even if not faster, and built even bigger. The biggest difference between the two is Capri Bibbs is a natural runner. He knows how to find the holes or make his own holes, where I don't know if Perez is more raw in that situation. And he didn't play much running back last year, he was more fullback. So there's some differences there, but he's a guy that, even on raw ability alone, can easily get over 1,000 yards rushing this year.
I don't think Capri really has to find a hole. I think at his size, he just hits the linebacker and makes his own hole. Yeah. We talk about a lot of breakouts and surprises. Then we're gonna look at that guy who's gonna come out and be our Bugle Player of the Year. And everybody go out on a limb and kind of take it and predict early on here who you think when the season's all said and done, who's gonna be that guy that we're doing the story on the end of the year.
It's really gonna be. It was a 2-horse race last year between Josh Ferguson and Capri Bibbs. I think it's gonna be a 2-horse race again this year between Malin Jones and Matt Elvedi. I'm going to go with Matt Elvedi. Kid had 3,000 yards passing last year. Didn't even play a full season after starting the season as split time the first couple of games. The kid is a dynamite. He's only a junior passer. He's got a year under his belt. He's got the experience of playing quarterback. He can run the ball pretty well. He's an athletic quarterback but who can throw the ball well, which is a rare combination. And Maine South's offense, they're going to pass the ball. They're going to get up big before they drown it out. And he has a good running game in Preston, who can also catch the ball in the backfield, which makes him just a dangerous team, and I think Elvedi is going to win at the end of the year.
I agree with you on one thing. It's going to be a 2-horse race between him and Malin Jones. I'm taking Malin Jones. You said last year Josh Ferguson was in the mix there. I said this last year. I'll say it again this year. As good of a running back as Josh Ferguson is, and he's at Illinois now, I think Malin Jones is just head and shoulders even above that. This kid is Josh Ferguson.
Josh Ferguson.
Josh Ferguson's special. Malin Jones is extra special. This is a kid who has that. You talk about the combination of speed and power. Here's a kid who is a natural runner, who has the elusiveness, has everything that he needs to. He put up 1,300 some yards last year in the backfield, sharing with Josh Ferguson. This year, Ty Isaac, who has been hyped since 7th, 8th grade, is back in there with him, coming off injury, so he's going to alleviate some of that pressure. But I think the ball's going to go to Malin. Defense is going to key on Malin. And I just don't see them stopping him. He's already verbally committed to Northwestern. Now obviously not only is he a great football player, and a great running back, bright kid, smart kid, knows how to hit the books and knows how to study plays. And I think he's gonna do all the way up to being our Player of the Year.
Well, there you have it. That's our thoughts. We would love for you guys to comment on this in our comment section. Let us know what you agree with, what you disagree with. And just let us know, give us some other guys you think might step up big for you this year. But until next week, for another Sports Inc., we'll see you later.